Yeah, episodes change a lot from the script. But the funny thing is, I always find, is that they change all the time. You write lots of drafts and then they're directed, and there's so many different options in the way it's directed, and then it's edited, and and what you end up with after many cuts in the edit is something completely different from the script, completely different from the shoot, but actually something that often is very, very close to your original imagining.
The idea in production is always to get the script right and as good as possible and as tight as possible, so that you're not having to change it in editing or in post-production.
It's a kind of rule in any kind of visual medium that when you get into the edit room, you refine the story. You retell the story through the footage you've got.
Edit is where the editor and the director get to sit and watch over everything and decide what's crap and what's quite good.
Pretty much from the beginning of prep, I'm thinking, what's the edit going to be? In part because that's when you shape the story. So, as a director, you don't want to arrive in the edit and it be, okay, well, it would be lovely if we could do this, but you didn't shoot any of that. What if you did this section? So once we come to that shot of Louis, if that meant we didn't miss too much.
In some weird and twisted way, the director thinks like an editor, so they know they need the shots in order to be able to put it together, and I'm trying to think like a director. How is this story going to evolve and be put together?
I get very close to the editor, and in fact, having the editor as your creative partner, your friend, he's a support system for me. So yeah, editor, very, very important.
You have the grade and the mix, and really they're the two major things, and one's images and one's sound.
Grading is when they make it look nice. I don't really know.
My job is to enhance what they've actually shot on the day, and to match colours. So what happens is they'll go out and they'll light a certain scene, and then my job is to actually bring out the lighting, what they've shot, and I have to match colours. So a lot of times they might shoot on two different cameras, so then I have to make them two cameras match and just make everything flow. I'm just going to play you a few shots with the grade on. This is ungraded here footage. So this is your raw Alexa footage, and that's what comes out of the camera. Now if I show you what's actually going on here, because there's quite a lot of work, I grade each individual part of the screen basically. So if you look at the top here, I'm just enhancing the clouds up here. Got a grad, got one just in the middle here. I go through shot by shot, so it all depends how many cuts there are. Normally in skins there's about 800 to 1,000 cuts. I have to go through 1,000 shots, and that takes quite a long time. I believe it enhances the story. As a colourist, I'm always trying to bring emotion into scenes.
The post journey of sound ends at the mix. So before that, you've got you're dealing with your composer on this and our artists. You also have additional dialogue recording, which is ADR, which is when you might want extra lines, or some, if you're in a pub and you've got voices, you might want to record a few, and so you do that in a studio.
All right. Babe, chill, okay?
And your girlfriend's really come in, she's fucking pissed with you.
That kiss is helping you, I think. You hit that kiss and then you know what I mean, and you just go anywhere you want.
You also get people doing the soundscapes of like the city or whatever locations they're at, if bits of detail that really bring it to life. And then the mix is just basically bringing all of that together.
So that means it would still
come back in the same manner,
Still come back in the same manner.
but you'd have this extra bit if you needed it.
Yeah, I think that's just going to be a bit of a fiddle.
The guy that controls the mix, essentially, he sort of tweaks volumes and frequencies, and that sounds really peculiar, but there's a real art form and mastery to that as well.
We wanted to change it up a little bit this year, so, and we also wanted to reflect the talent of the composers that we've worked with over the years.
It's all composed by our various composers, namely Matt Simpson, Dave McGuinness and Tim Victor, who have all done some extraordinary work and made these feel much more like films with their own original soundtrack, which is essentially what they are.
Until it gets onto TV, you don't really realise how many bits have been taken out. It's not just the scene that you may see in a DVD outtake that's on the cutting room floor. It's like loads of moments and millions of moments that you can really control.
That's the magic of making drama, you know, on television. It's a very, very enjoyable process, I have to say. I never get bored with it.